Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of Crafty Beer Reviews. Today, I will be reviewing Sixpoint Bengali, and I'm going to give a big shout out to Shane over at Sixpoint for hooking me up with this beer. Shane, thank you very, very much. Now, if you guys remember, this actually used to be called Bengali Tiger, but back in 2014, they did a little bit of a tweak with the beer. I know they changed up the hop bill. I'm not sure what else they did, but they did a little bit of a tweak with the whole recipe, and they decided to call it just Bengali. So this is their single IPA. I'm not sure what hops they use. They don't list it on the can, nor do they have it on their website, so mystery to us. That's A-okay. And at time of recording, of course, this is fresh since I got it straight from the brewery. Now, I can't tell you guys exactly how fresh this is because they have a best before date on the can, not an actual canning date. And at time of recording, it's best before July of 2016. So that seems like a pretty long date. Shane, if you end up watching this, let me know how you guys decide on the shelf life for these beers. I'd be pretty curious. But yeah, looking forward to this one. I have not had it since they changed the recipe. Let's go ahead and check out the aroma. Oh yeah, up front I'm definitely getting some sweet citrus notes, definitely some orange peel, bittersweet grapefruit, almost a little bit of like a lemon zest kind of character, a little bit of an herbal quality in there as well. Definitely picking up on some of the malts. I get a little bit of a bready, biscuity note, a little bit of like a caramel maltiness too. But yeah, mostly I get that grapefruit, orange peel, a little bit of like a piney note in there as well. Yeah, it smells like a pretty good IPA. Let's go ahead and take our first sip. Yeah, just like in the aroma, up front, I'm getting a lot of that sweet citrus. There's a slightly kind of juicy orange taste. Definitely some of that bittersweet grapefruit. Kind of a grapefruit peel kind of taste as well. I'm definitely getting a little bit more of that kind of piney character for sure after the second sip. A little bit of this kind of herbal character, a little bit of that kind of lemon zest. I'm very big on the citrus. Decent amount of pine in there as well. And then after that, as it sits on my palate, I'm picking up more of that malt bill. Definitely some sweet caramel, almost verging into like a light toffee kind of character. Definitely getting some bready, biscuity notes as well. It's medium body. It's got a crisp, clean kind of taste. It's got a decent amount of dryness, and it's got a solid bitterness too. It's not overly bitter, but it's got a real nice kind of medium bitterness, really dries it out on the back end, gets you ready for another sip. It's an easy drinking beer. I could definitely see myself crushing quite a few of these. My one complaint, and it's not necessarily a complaint as much of an observance, is it's definitely true to that wet or the East Coast style. So, you know, you are getting a little bit more of that malt character, you know, that malty sweetness, the caramel, a little bit of toffee, that bready biscuitiness. More than I typically like for my IPAs. For my IPAs, I like more of that kind of West Coast style, all about the hops, not really much in the way of a malt. They usually have a very light malt bill. This definitely has a little bit of that heavier malt bill, so nothing wrong with that, just not my particular personal taste for an IPA. So, in terms of rating, guys, I'm going with an 8.5 out of 10. It's a solid beer. That juicy orange, the grapefruit, the pine, really nicely done. Again, it's just a little too malt forward for my personal taste, but it's a damn solid beer, really well brewed. If you guys like a nice East Coast style IPA, well worth checking out. Alright guys, that does for this beer review. Please remember to rate, comment, and subscribe. And remember, hope whatever you're doing involves good craft beer. See ya.